Tonight, Lisa declined Jen's call from her new number, but if I asked her to screen her own behavior lately, would she double down or say, new Lisa, who dis? Let's find out with Defend Your Character, round 2. Lisa, I'm going to remind you of some moments where the women question your motivations. You'll explain why each isn't as bad as it looks. Why reveal to the group that Cameron mortgaged his house in order to donate $300,000 to Mary's church without Mary in attendance?
Meredith asked for a fact.
Okay. Why tell Mary about Whitney questioning your church, but leave out that you told the group about Cameron mortgaging his home?
Oh, we covered that.
We did.
We covered that. Mary made it very clear, too, when Heather thought she was dropping a bomb on the way out. By saying that, Mary said, oh, yeah, we talked about that. We talked about everything.
You did.
And I talked about everything.
Was it at all hypocritical of you to accept Mary's Chanel clutch after having engaged in talk about her church moments before?
It appears that way, but since we're defending my character, Mary promised everyone gifts at cooking class and was like, you guys are all going to get a gift. Those were allegedly the gifts from cooking class. She picked them out of her closet as we were exiting her room, handed me the clutch, and I'm like, you should really give it to Whitney. She won. And she goes, no, this is for you. I have something else for Whitney, and I'll give that to her later.
Do you really believe Heather and Whitney go to bed counting Lisa Barlow's in their
100%. And in fact, Heather was wearing a pair of pajamas I wore the year before.
It's honestly how I put Monroe to bed now.
Yes.
We count,
for sure.
we count Lisa Barlow's.
Yes, 100%.
Who in the group specifically is a weak little effing sheep?
Well, in that moment, it was Heather and Whitney because they could have just sat there and listened to Mary and they would have heard everything, but they just wanted to get out and blame me.
Bad weather?
Bad weather.
You claimed your friendship with Jen was one-sided. Why were you a better friend to Jen than she was to you?
You know, with my conversations with Jen, mostly they revolve around Jen. I'm a great friend to her, and I feel like there were some things that happened before at my kid's photo shoot and after that were very upsetting to me. And we just needed to address it.
Do you agree with Heather that you're guilty of muddying up the water and then stepping away as if you had no involvement?
No, I actually think bad weather's very good at that.
Do you really believe your because observation in the cryptic text messages the ladies received was enough to fully incriminate Jen?
No, and I didn't incriminate Jen. I just said it was questionable that we were all getting those messages. I actually thought Heather was the one sending them at first.
Really?
And then when we had conversations, I had a conversation with Meredith, and then that's when I was like, well, maybe it's from Jen.
Why did you feel the need to call 6 of your lawyers after the feds showed up looking
because
for
I
Jen?
can.
Okay. Can you defend why you went to lunch with Cameron on camera to discuss all the harmful ways Mary's church had hurt him in the past?
So Cameron and I have been friends for over 5 years.
Okay.
The reason I know Mary is through Cameron, and I like facts. So for me, it was like, you know, there's all these rumors swirling. I like to deal in facts. I don't Google Mary. I get DM'd a lot of things, so I thought it was important to sit down with him and ask him his real feelings so he could speak for himself.
Jeff was asking you before the show if the Cameron thing was a setup, and you said...
It looked set up to me.
Right, it looked set up to you.
It looks set up, but it's not. Cameron was on the board of Utah Foster Care. If you go to my Instagram page, I did an amazing tribute to Cameron after he passed. He was involved in so much stuff in Utah. He was very well known in the tech industry. Government officials spoke at his memorial. He was very well known and very well respected. I don't like anyone speaking negatively about Cameron.
They weren't speaking negatively about Cameron. They were wondering if it was set up.
But you said that Meredith was asking all the questions to Cameron.
I went off on a tangent. I'm very sensitive with Cameron. But when Meredith was asking him the questions.
Yes.
So if you look at what happened that day, I introduced them. I know Mary and Cameron I keep very separate.
Okay. Thanks for watching. Watch more clips here and subscribe to our channel here. See ya.